Welcome to the 4th White House Science Fair. I'm Kristen Dorglow, and I'm so excited to be here with Bill Nye, the Science Guy, and Kari Byron, host of Mythbusters and Science Channel's Head Rush. It's going to be a fantastic live webcast today. We're here at the Science Fair, and if you don't know, the Science Fair is an annual celebration of students that are excelling in science, technology, engineering, and math, otherwise known as STEM. The kids here today are 100 students that have won, they're from more than 30 states, and they're winners of 40 different science and technology competitions. And we're going to get to meet some of those here today and talk about new steps in the President's Educate to Innovate campaign, trying to get more kids into STEM. So why don't we meet our first kids, Bill and Kari? What do you think?
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Who's up first?
Oh, yeah, Rocket Girls.
This is the Rocket Girls, yes.
Woo.
In red, 850 feet. 825 feet in English units.
Wait, first off, what are your names?
Oh, I'm Rebecca Chapin.
I'm Jasmine Logan.
I'm Niamani Robinson.
And where do you come from?
We are all from Maryland, actually. So,
Actually from actual Maryland.
Pretty
Capital-
close, didn't have too
capital
far to
Annapolis.
come.
yeah, not a big commute, luckily, though. So.
Where in Maryland?
We're from Largo, Maryland.
And I'm from Crofton area. So.
And so tell us about your project.
Okay. So, want me to go? All right.
No, you. No, really, no. You.
Right, so I guess we are all representing the Team America Rocketry Challenge, which is a really, really cool program. So we build and launch rockets. That's our main thing, which is probably one of the coolest things a kid could do. So we have 3 major parameters for our challenge. We have a height one, a time one, and a payload. So we have to successfully deliver 2 eggs unbroken up to the air and to the ground. It has to be hitting exactly 825 feet and between 48 and 50 seconds. And if you go over or under any of those parameters, you get points added, which is a negative.
So were you successful in delivering the eggs without a crack?
Most of the time we were, like a couple of times when we were taking it out, it cracked. But most of the time after it launched and came back, the egg was fine.
But then some clumsy ground crew. We got to work on that.
That's
but
right.
So you guys hit 825 feet exactly?
Some of the time, most of the time we got close and we hit it a couple of times, but sometimes it was too high.
What made it go too high?
Well, it could be we need to add more weight, could make it go, like, if it's too light, it'll go too high. Or if we use a motor that's like stronger than we need, then it'll go too high.
Because you can't vary the motor much, right? You got to pick a motor.
Right. Yes.
The word motor, we used to call it explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys were
Rocket
working with
fuel.
E-class motors, right?
Yes.
So they get more powerful the lower you get into the alphabet. The higher.
Yeah.
Higher, lower. I guess it depends on how you laid out the alphabet. Yeah.
So future career at NASA, SpaceX, what do you guys want to do with your lives?
Well, I like the medical field, but the engineering part of the medical field, so it sounds,
Like medical devices.
yes.
Mike, guys?
Yeah, I guess I'm probably going to biological engineering, actually, which doesn't involve rockets. Maybe I'll have
sounds a lot
rocket-propelled
like the
prosthetics, but maybe physics too. So
But it's all going to be fluid mechanics, Bill predicts.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
can
flow
relate.
of things that take the shape of their container. You
Wait,
were
what-
going to say something. Is it Nina?
Nia.
Nia.
I'm not nearly as decided as them in my career, but I like science, obviously. I like architecture, I like chemistry, so, in that
We'll find our way. We'll find our way.
I want to know what got you guys into rockets. Was there a program you got you into this?
Yes. NSBE, the National Society of Black Engineers, introduced us to TARC, and they actually had multiple programs, but TARC seemed the most interesting because, you're
What is
going
TARC's
outside.
an acronym?
Yes, Team America Rocketry Challenge. So that seemed the most interesting because you get to go out and fly rockets, which is altogether fun.
Did you have a mentor or anyone who sparked this for you?
Yes, we actually had 2 mentors, Miss Camille and Mr. Kevin, and they helped us with our competition and how to set stuff up until we didn't blow anything up.
They were a really great help to us overall, throughout the competition, and we really appreciate what they did for us and, dedicating their time.
Well, it was so great to meet you guys. Thank you for coming to the White House today, and I hope you enjoy getting to meet everybody, and especially Bill and Kari. Aren't they great?
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. And I
Thank
hope
you.
the president gets to meet you.
Oh, that would be
Mm-hmm.
All right, so long.
And it
So
is rocket science.
It
is
is
rocket science.
Carrie, have you built a
With the
robot,
target.
a rocket before?
I've built lots of rockets before. I host a show for Science Channel called Large and Dangerous
Yeah.
Rocket Ships, and they have welcomed me into the fold and helped me build a couple of rockets.
Awesome. I've gotten to play with lunar landers. What about you?
I've
Okay,
built a
way to
lot of
trump me.
rockets. I've built a lot of rockets and flown them.
All right, so I think we've got our next student.
10 flights. That's a good. That's a
Parker,
good
am
day.
I right? Is this Parker?
It is Parker.
Parker, greetings.
Hello.
And first,
Yeah, First Robotics. They got me into most of this, so pretty happy about it.
You did well.
I did. I didn't do the competition. I actually won a side competition called the First Future Innovators Award, and it was a patentable invention for use in the real world. So what I did was I made a prosthetic limb out of a bicycle, a single bicycle. So
You cut the bicycle up. And put
I
it
cut
back
the
together.
bicycle up, definitely. Cut the bicycle up, had a torch, hammer it on the ground. Looked ridiculous probably for 3 hours there. But
And the bicycle is hard to ride now.
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any wheels.
Yeah.
Unless you have an
That'll change
amputee, and then it'd be, I guess you can call that riding it.
wait, so you took apart a bicycle and you made prosthetics?
I made a prosthetic limb.
Wow.
What does the prosthetic do? Which limb?
A prosthetic leg.
Oh,
above
leg,
the knee.
leg.
Yes. So
And is it here today? It must be.
it is. It's right over there with that display that we barely got into the White
And
House.
so, how did you apply?
Secret Service
What
let
what
it through,
what made you want to apply for this particular award within the first family of work?
I
First
act-
family. That's a hilarious gag here. Yes.
I actually was told by my mentor that you need to enter this thing. It just sort of happened at happenstance. I actually made it before this. I even knew about this award. A friend of my dad's came to me. He goes to Honduras every year, and he said there's a real problem with amputees there. And I said, what's the problem, Greg? He said they have tainted water, and they don't understand that clear water. It may look clear and it may look like it's drinkable, but you got to put it through a filter. They don't understand that part, so they drink it anyway. And the primary so they get infected, and the primary treatment for infection is amputation. And so really they had a massive number of amputees in Honduras. And so at that point I said, okay, I got to fix this problem. It needs to be fixed. I'd never been to a third world country, but I watch a lot of Netflix. And I watch a lot of documentaries on third world countries on Netflix. And I noticed a lot of bicycles in the background. I said, okay, I bet there's a lot of bicycle waste. And after going to Honduras, there is definitely a lot of bicycle
Beat up
waste.
bicycles. They just throw them away.
They just throw them away. If they don't know how to fix them, they throw them away. So at that point, the goal was, can I make a prosthetic limb out of a bicycle? And I said, yes, I can. So 3 hours later, I put together this thing. Like I said, I was hammering on the floor. It looked ridiculous, but it happened.
That's not ridiculous. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Persistence.
So
Well,
I
that's
finally
what
made
we
it,
do.
entered the competition. I had no idea how many kids entered this competition. Just said, hey, I'll try this. Patent the thing. I couldn't patent the prosthetic because prosthetics and bicycles together, not very patentable, but but I did patent the process to make a cycle leg.
Okay, so now you have a blueprint that you can actually send along so somebody in a third world country can take that blueprint and create a prosthetic for themselves?
Yes, it's sort of a procedure, not necessarily a blueprint, but we're actually a lot further past that. The cycle leg was just a barrier of entry for me. That wasn't the problem. From first glance, that is the problem, the cost of prosthetics, the mechanics of it all. But there's 22 countries in our nation that makes prosthetic mechanics, but nobody makes the prosthetic boot. So back there, and I'm sure you guys won't be able to come to my booth, the problem with the boot is it's $300 in material, but after the processes and all the skills needed and the tooling, it's $7,000.
Yeah,
weeks
it's a lot
to
of
get
messing
that thing,
around. Yeah.
because that's the most important part. And so we've developed, me and my prosthetist friend, we developed the first universal prosthetic boot. Small, medium, and large can fit 99.9% of all the prosthetic amputee population around the world. So we're pretty happy about that, knowing that a little over 5% of amputees are in the U.S. alone. The majority of those are in third
Around
world
the world.
nations.
Yeah.
Right.
That can make a real
nicely done.
difference.
Thank you.
Well, Parker, it's great to meet you.
Yeah, microphone.
Yeah, I hope you have a great stay at the White House. You're out here in the heat, so stay cool and enjoy the hot DC weather. think
I'll
we're gonna
try to.
think we're gonna meet our next students.
All right.
Thanks,
Nice
Parker.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So one of the things we heard from Parker was how important STEM mentors were for him, and I think it's so exciting that we're announcing today new commitments associated with expanding the number of STEM mentors in the country so that more kids have an adult in their lives who are actually able to help them with their STEM interests. So I love hearing those stories of the people who made a difference.
And the
How about-
mentors really help them connect the dots and how they can actually help.
Well, and also it saves a lot of time. You know, I've tried that. Don't.
Right,
what you might
right.
want to do.
Don't
What you
repeat
might-
those
what you
mistakes
might
of
wanna
the
do.
past.
Yeah, it's just a huge. Because when you can get discouraged when you make a mistake somebody else has already made, and so that's what you have a mentor for.
Right.
Yeah, let's get more of them.
Yes.
All right, let's meet our next student.
Greetings, greetings.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
Here you go.
Hello.
All three of us. No,
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Ann Merrill.
And what's your project?
I was using this thing called biochar.
we love
yeah,
biochar.
Sure. Oh, good. You know what it is. That's awesome.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, after a fashion.
Yeah, and earthworms to suppress soil-borne pathogens.
So give me a pathogen that you suppressed.
The main one I used was a fungus called Fusarium oxysporum.
What?
It
Yeah, I
causes
see how she nods her head like you know.
it causes vascular wilts in tomato plants. So it's really nasty.
kills the tomato plants.
Yeah.
The stem loses its rigidity.
The vascular system is kind of like the circulatory system in humans.
Yeah.
So without your blood, you're not doing so great. And
One thing you want in a tomato is to have water inside.
Definitely.
exactly, yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Important.
So, how did you make your biochar?
I actually got it from a few different places. I used one naturally produced biochar. I'm from Connecticut, and it was from a big
Biochar.com.
forest fire
No, I made that up.
in the 1970s. Another
Oh, I see. Oh, you went
Yeah.
into the forest where there had been a forest fire.
Harvested.
Harvested
I
some
got it
bio.
from someone who had already collected it, but yeah. And then
So,
another.
hang on. Just let me get. It's charcoal, right?
It's a
So-
charcoal-like material.
Yeah. So you cook it where it doesn't get enough oxygen, so it pushes all the water out.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Really high
Or a lot of the water,
temperatures,
yeah.
no oxygen.
You know, or low oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause there's got to be some for combustion. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not like a burning process.
Yeah. So, you harvested some. Did you make your own?
I didn't. I'm working on that right now as a side project. But one of the biochars I used was a bunch of students at Yale who made biochar in their garage.
Wait. Just they were making it intentionally be biochar, or
yeah. I don't know.
setting a couch on fire and pushing it out
exactly.
into the
There was
streets.
College,
something.
right? You never really know. But
What a
biochar,
cool
yeah, it's any
ball.
kind of organic material. So I think they just took a bunch of plants and burned it. I don't know.
Burned it in the right conditions.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
So, what happened when you mixed the biochar with the soil? I take it.
I put it on the top of soil, and I had the earthworms integrate it.
The word integrate means
Bioturbate, like mix it together.
they did their earthworm thing.
They did their earthworm thing.
yeah, chewing their way through dirt, eating dirt. They
Yeah.
took biochar down with them.
Yep.
And then their castings, which is a nice word for
For-
the tailpipe.
What comes out the back end of
Yes,
the
yes. Did something to help the plants. So how did you have plants growing with and without like controls?
Yeah, I
on
had
them?
a bunch of controls. I used 3 different types of biochar for that part of the experiment.
Which one was
And
best?
Well, it varied a little bit. The Connecticut charcoal, which is this one, was really successful.
That's from the
With
forest
the-
fire.
Yes.
What about the?
Best energies.
I'm looking for a word for college students who may not. How would the college student one do?
Oh,
Yale
it
student
didn't
biochar.
even make it into the first round.
Oh no!
I know, it was rough. I started with 7 biochars, and I narrowed it down to 3 based on what the earthworms were responding to.
How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It was kind of a long process. I had done some plant projects in the past, and I wanted to branch out a little bit, and I thought earthworms would be fun. And then I was reading about different types of soil amendments, and I came across biochar.
Where do you go to read about it? Online, or do you go to gardening stores? Or something?
I actually went to a few gardens, and asked around. A lot that internet. I'm a fan of the internet.
Oh,
Who
really?
isn't?
The kids with the electric computer machines.
Yeah, that technology thing, it's fun. So since the time when I started the project, the biochar industry has expanded a lot. But when I first started, there wasn't a lot about biochar, so it was a lot
When
of-
did you start? A year ago? 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years.
I did it.
So it's growing that fast.
yeah,
burning that
it's taking
fast.
off. It's really exciting.
Is
Yeah.
this a field you want to go into?
Definitely, yeah. I'm going to Cornell next year to study
Yes!
environmental science.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Go Big Red.
High five, why not?
Go Big Red.
Yeah.
So you're going to go to the ag school, agriculture
I'm actually
school.
arts and sciences,
Arts and science, that's great.
but I'm hoping to study environmental science.
Right.
There's a lot of really cool biochar research going on there.
Yeah.
Well, it was great to meet you.
Good luck at Cornell.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget your
Thanks.
char
Oh,
of bio.
Thank you. Yeah, that would be
Thank you.
miserable.
Well,
Thank
you
you.
get it back. But just save time.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Your microphone.
You did a
Carry
good job
on.
balancing
Thank
the
you.
microphone with the biochar.
tough.
That's
I made
a tough juggling act. So we're going to be also talking today about a new $35 million Department of Education commitment that is going to expand opportunities in STEM and training for STEM educators. So we're going to get more great science and technology teachers into the classrooms. We're excited about that.
Fantastic.
I know. And so I think we're going to hear from these kids who are waiting.
Before we do that,
Yeah.
can I just ask, why do you think it's a good use? $35 million?
Yeah, you know,
Doesn't go as far as it used to.
you know that
No,
the
But
president.
why are we spending $35 million?
This is a great question. So the president has set a 100,000 goal for 100,000 STEM teachers to be added to classrooms in the next 10 years. We really have a shortage of all the teachers we need who are excellent at teaching science and technology. And so this investment is going to go into creating and helping teachers who want to be better in how they teach science
So
and technology.
why is it important to have science education, science and math education?
Well, you know, our
Look,
commitment to STEM.
this is
Why-
all my idea. I didn't make her do this.
Well, Bill, I think you agree that science and technology education is so important so that our students and youth are prepared for the jobs and industries of the future, and America can grow in terms of how we create jobs, jobs, and jobs.
Yes.
I think I'm quoting you from last year, Bill.
I think you might be. It's just my claim is that science education is what allows us to innovate, and innovation is that's what the United States exports now.
Absolutely.
Is the new ideas.
And
So,
problem
yeah.
solving.
Well, problem solving, yes. Engineering is using science to solve problems and make things. And so through science and engineering education, we will innovate and continue to lead the world in new ideas and doing more with less and change the world for the betterment of humankind. Hello.
Bill's right.
Who are you?
Hello.
Who are you?
Welcome. Who are you?
I'm Kavita Silva from Houston, Texas.
Here, hold that.
Bill and I will share.
We'll share.
Here you go.
So what was your project?
So here's some background. So rare earth materials make up permanent magnets, and these permanent magnets make up things such as wind turbine generators.
Name me a rare earth.
Neodymium.
Neodymium.
Yeah. And so these rare earth materials make up permanent magnets, and these permanent magnets make up things such as wind turbine generators and motors in electric cars. And recently there has been a problem with the availability of these rare earth materials, which is driving the prices skyrocketing, right? It's insane. So
Problem because they have to come out of mines.
yeah.
And these mines,
They're rare.
Yeah, and
they're rare, hence the
and
expression.
So
No, I'm not kidding.
So yeah, it's like 98% of these rare earths are found in China, and they've recently restricted their exports. So that's why the availability is.
Exerting their economic muscle.
Yeah.
So now there's like a worldwide incentive to develop new kinds of magnets that don't use as much rare earth in them. So
This is what you've done.
Yeah, so I basically use these things called superconductor tapes. And these tapes contain a very small amount of rare earth in them. And when they are penetrated by a magnetic field and kept at a cool temperature, nanoscale defects inside the tape will actually trap the magnetic field inside the tape and make the tape act as a magnet at that cool temperature.
So what is it, liquid nitrogen kind of temperature?
Yeah. And so these tapes, so I was thinking, well, since these tapes contain such a small amount of rare earth in them, if we can use them to trap high and uniform magnetic fields, we can definitely use them to replace the permanent magnets in these clean energy applications.
So you have liquid nitrogen, this crazy tape. Where do I get the tape?
So
From
there, I got
Tapeco?
mine. Well, I live in Houston, Texas. So I got mine from the University of Houston. But
Did
right
they
now,
know?
they're
Well, they're going to know now.
well,
Is that something you can get easily?
yeah, you can't buy them. I don't think so, but
Not yet.
not yet.
So do you
not
wrap
yet.
the tape around some ferrous, some iron-bearing thing or something?
Well,
Go ahead.
I basically I have these tapes and I just I cut them. I wish I could show you, but I cut
Well,
them.
we'll look at them later.
Yeah, I cut them into
Go
like
online, everybody, and check out Are they superconducting?
Yeah,
Not quite. Yeah, go ahead.
So I cut them into 35 millimeter segments, and I basically pack them 3 by 3 in a crisscross arrangement into a little sample holder. And that's how I have my trap field magnets.
So you're into physics.
Yeah.
And you worked out the best angle to put these things to.
So I basically had 2 different configurations. I had a crisscross arrangement, which was 3 vertical, 3 horizontal, 3 vertical, 3 horizontal. And then I had a straight arrangement, which was just 3 vertical, 3 vertical, 3 vertical. And later I found out that the crisscross arrangement traps the most uniform magnetic field. So it would probably be better to use in the practical applications.
Did you have anyone who was a mentor for you
Yeah,
that inspired this project?
So I had 3 mentors. I had Dr. Gron Makjik and Dr. Xiaofan Li from the University of Houston. Basically taught me how to use the equipment in the lab. Don't break anything. Don't, freeze off my hand with liquid nitrogen. And then, and then I also had another mentor named Dr. Masson, Professor Masson, and he basically, this year, I did an experiment on simulation. I'm simulating the trap field. And so he taught me how to use the software.
Oh, there's software, yeah. So you got lines of force and all these wonderful things.
Yeah.
Have you always been into magnets, or how did you come onto this project?
Yeah, so basically I learned about superconductors through MRIs. They use a low temperature superconductors in the MRIs, right? And I later learned that we can actually trap magnetic fields in these tapes, and they contain a very small amount of our Earth. And I was reading a National Geographic article one day about how we are in need of new types of magnets that don't use as much rare earth in them, and I just put 2 and 2 together.
That was your aha moment right there. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's so good to meet you.
It's great to meet you because
got a couple more students coming
what
up.
you're working on is, to me, the key to the future. It's not to do less, it's to do more with less. So great job. Is that Bo?
That's Bo.
Bo's
just
working.
walked by.
Below the frame of camera.
Thank
a
you.
dog just walked
Congratulations. Yes.
It's nice to meet you.
through. Carry on. Nicely done.
All right. We're going to
Physics
meet
rules.
a few more
Oh,
guests.
here we go. Greetings, guys.
Well,
Hi.
Bo, the presidential dog, just walked by. We're going to say hello.
Can you 2 change places so you go tall to? Yeah, cool. Thank you.
And come on forward a little bit.
Yeah. She bites.
I do.
I don't bite.
So tell
Look,
us
he's
your
all scared
name.
now. What are you doing?
What's your name?
Neil,
Neil.
Sierra,
Sierra.
Alora.
Hi, welcome,
What
guys.
is your project?
It was the hot car safety system. It is a panel of motion sensors that is designed to fit under the back seat of the car under the cushion.
Under the cushion of the back seat of the car. And what does this do for us?
It helps us from the children not to die in the hot cars because
Oh, in hot cars.
Here, could you
Oh,
turn around so the
let's
camera
turn
can
this
see you?
way. Yeah, yeah,
Your mom's
yeah.
going to want to see you on TV.
And you look fabulous.
Come on forward.
You can come a little
You guys
closer.
all look so nice.
So what happens in the hot car?
Hot car. Kids in the back of the hot car. Bad thing.
when the panel's under the back seat of the car, and it detects weight and motion, and the car reaches 100 degrees, it will sound an alarm. The windows will
Open.
roll down, the lights will flash, and it will contact the EMS and police.
That is amazing.
How did you come up with this idea, guys?
Well, me and Sierra had an inspiration. My inspiration was that one day when I was going to the Oklahoma State Capitol, I saw a dog left in a hot car, and it made me really sad. So I wanted to do something about it. And I just saw a news story, and it was about a human dying in a hot car because the car was locked from the inside and it was getting really hot, and I thought I had to do something about it.
So this can help the lives of children and of animals.
We have some statistics about it, and we have pretty much 3. Since 1998, there have been 603 deaths.
603 deaths? That's a lot. In a hot car.
In hot cars, huh?
Yes. And 73% of those deaths were children under the age of 2.
Ugh.
Oh, man. It's miserable.
So good that you guys worked on this project to help
So,
prevent
by the way,
that.
how old are you guys? Do you know?
8 and 7.
8 and 7.
I was
He's
7 for a
7,
while.
she's 8, and I'm 8.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
High school physics teacher.
Yay!
Oh, I love you, man. Oh, man.
High school physics teacher.
A scientist.
A scientist, do you know what kind?
Studies how the body moves. And
How the body moves.
the brain and stuff.
That's very cool.
MD, PhD, or a scientist.
So you can be both.
Big goals. So, what are you excited most for being at the White House today?
Meeting the president.
That's a good thing.
I hope he gets to meet you.
Sharing our idea.
Yeah. What about you?
Sharing our idea.
Oh, you guys are
Sharing
amazing.
ideas. Come on,
Sharing
that's it.
ideas and meeting the president. This is a big day for you guys.
You're doing this at 7. I can't wait to see what you're doing at 17.
I know, yeah.
They'll be back here. I have no
They
doubt.
will.
All right. Well, it was great to meet you. Have fun today at the White House, okay?
Carry on, you guys.
All right.
Identify the need, solve the problem, done. Hi.
Hello.
greetings. Bill.
I'm Kristen.
Hi, Aaron Barron.
Take that.
Okay.
But she's going to want it
Hi,
back
nice to meet
later.
you.
I mean, it's just an
Hi.
expression.
Crystal, nice
So
to
here,
meet you.
let's rotate around and look at the camera. So, welcome to the White House Science Fair, gang. What brought you here?
Okay, well, we're actually the 2013 national winners for Siemens We Can Change the World Challenge. And so our project is focused on alternative energy and trying to find a cost-effective but yet sustainable semiconductor material to increase the efficiency of solar cells.
Did ya?
Yes, I actually go into that. So what we were trying to use are quantum dots, which are minuscule nanocrystal materials.
What are they made of?
They're actually made of cadmium and selenite, and that's actually a big issue. And the fact that they have such carcinogenic effects in the environment, we were trying to find a suitable replacement that's not only sustainable but also cheap.
Cadmium's the yellow metal I see coating some bolts and
Yes.
screws, yeah.
Yes. And so what we were trying to do is actually look at carbonium sulfide and carbonium selenite replacements for nanoparticle treatment of them. And so this is a continuation research project. And so actually we determined that by altering the heat synthesis of these nanoparticles in conjunction with other materials such as titanium dioxide nanoparticles can actually increase their efficiency.
So titanium dioxide is really white, right? Really just super reflective material, right?
Yes.
So you're mixing that in somehow?
Yes, we're actually able to apply those with the carbonium sulfide.
So it becomes more efficient or less inefficient or something?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Actually does. And so we're actually able to determine that they actually have a 48% efficiency level.
48%?
Yes.
What was it before?
Well, most average solar panels are 15% efficient.
Yeah, I have a watch that's solar powered. It's barely 10%. No, but I'm not kidding. But that's enough for a watch, right? But you got almost 5 times that?
Yes,
sir.
Wow.
Have you had interest
You should
from,
get some
from
award or something.
corporations to apply this?
Well, it's definitely something that's interesting into the corporate field because, quantum dots and solar cells is something that's really new into our environment because, we're trying to veer away from the fossil fuels. So, being that the solar cells have a low efficiency, they can't be used on quite a large scale basis, and being that they're very expensive, it's something that's really big into the research field. So hopefully with our research and more research that's going on, we can take a next step into getting more into that alternative energy.
So are you guys in high school?
We actually just graduated.
Congratulations.
So
Thank you.
Right on. So
Where are you
what
going?
are you guys going to do now?
Yeah. Okay, well, in the fall, I'll be attending Stanford University and study
Right.
biomechanical.
Woo.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Nice.
You're going to Stanford next year?
No,
yeah,
California.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Welcome to our hood.
And I'll be attending Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina,
Oh, great.
and I'm studying biology.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
That's great.
It was great to meet you.
Thank
This
you.
is
It's nice
fantastic,
talking to you.
guys. This is really cool. I'm going to come see your display.
Enjoy your time at the White
Congratulations.
House.
Nice to meet
Thanks
you.
so much for coming.
Nice meeting you.
Great to meet
No,
you.
no,
Nice
it's
to meet
all
you.
over.
We're all just going to
That's
shake
great.
and trip. It's going to be great. We're having fun here at the
Going to South
4th
Carolina,
White
we're
House
going to
Science Fair.
California.
We're celebrating new commitments to getting more kids into science, technology, engineering, and math on this gorgeous day. And we've got one more set of students to meet today. All right,
guys.
welcome.
Greetings, Bill.
Saul.
Saul?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Say
Nice to
again?
meet you, Saul.
Kevin?
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
So what brought you here? What a coincidence.
Yeah, so we're displaying our solar panel station, which is basically, we created it because we took a robotics class last year, and then we had to create a project that's pretty much anything we wanted. And so we were gonna power, a go-kart from scratch. We were gonna make it from scratch and make it work. Turns out.
So hold this up a little closer. Sorry.
Yeah,
man.
okay, so turns out we were working at throughout the whole year, we were hardly working.
Is this an electric go-kart?
Yeah, we were gonna
Solar
make it.
powered electric
Yes.
go-kart?
Yes, and
Cool.
so like
How
a week,
cool is that?
I know.
like a week before the competition, they stole the go-kart from the school.
Wait, what?
Somebody stole
Someone
the go-kart?
stole it from the school, and then we were like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?"
Somebody stole the go-kart?
Horrible.
Yeah.
It's not like... I mean, something you're going to notice,
Yeah.
Oh, this? Oh, what? Oh,
Yeah, made myself.
So then we talked to a bunch of people, and so our soccer coach donated the electric scooter that we have, and so we just work with that. The solar panel station was already created, so it was just a matter of
So
wiring
are there
everything
batteries
together.
on board? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
So basically, at the moment, we have it connected in parallel, Basically, each solar panel has 12 volts, but together they're generating 12 together. But if they were in series, they'll generate 24 with less current. And at the moment, we're just charging like the batteries from the scooter, like one at a time. And also, you can like charge like your phone, your laptop with the inverter we have connected, and which.
So you guys designed the inverter?
We just cooked it up.
Well,
Yeah.
you figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You engineered it. Yeah.
So were you getting around town on the go-kart or just playing, scooting around?
Yeah, we're just gonna scoot around at the White House, you know.
Well, now we have a scooter, not a go-kart
Burn
anymore.
wheels into the White House lawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Obama ride it.
He likes that kind of thing. So, how did you get interested in a solar-powered go-kart? Just what's a go? Let's go. Let's go.
Well, we're into kind of like cars, so then we were like, okay.
Kind of like cars.
Kind of like cars.
Kind of gearheads.
Yeah.
Gearheads.
And so we were like, oh, let's create something that we can, move around. Maybe not take the bus to school, but I'm just
Yeah.
No,
you
no,
know,
I
there's
got
an
you.
electric car upstairs
yeah.
that was
Oh,
built
really?
by a student team. You should check it out.
Okay,
It's really
we'll check it
cool.
out. Okay.
I see your next step being the jetpack.
The gym.
Clearly.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a much harder problem, the
Yeah.
jetpack. So, what are you going to do next?
So, well, we're gonna go to college next. We actually want to pursue something in the medical field. I want to study something with like kinesiology, physical therapist, and he wants to become like
Either a pediatrician or a general surgeon.
yeah. But
He's going to go to med school. He's going to go to med school. Of
Well,
course he is.
thank you for being here.
Thanks so much, you guys.
All right,
Congratulations.
Go check
All right,
out
thank you
the
so
We're
much.
going to check out.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this.
Gizmo.
It's
Yeah,
great.
Great to see you all.
So this has been really impressive. I don't know about you guys, but in high school, I didn't achieve what these students have achieved, and I'm so proud to have them here. What do you
The
guys
level
think?
of sophistication coming from anywhere from 7 to 17 is so impressive.
Yeah, it really is. And so I want to thank you, Kari and Bill, for being here for
Oh, no.
today's
It is
live
we
webcast.
who must thank you. Oh, no.
For those of you watching along, I hope you continue watching our broadcast today. You're going to get to see amazing science projects from upstairs in the White House. President Obama will be checking out more student teams. We're also going to have 2 robots on stage with the president today. These are robots able to catapult large balls 9 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do that on stage today, but we know they can. So thank you for joining the White House Science Fair parade desk here today. We're happy to do it. And follow along on Twitter using hashtag White House WH Science Fair. WH Science Fair on
WH
Twitter
Science
today.
Fair.
Thank you for following along.
Bye, guys.
Au
Thanks for
revoir, au revoir.
watching.
Happy Science Fair Day.